Good morning, my friend. Thank you for joining me today. Welcome back. This is Tanya at SideGigCrafts. And if you're new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you are coming back, thank you so much. I appreciate each and every one of you for being part of this journey with me. It is 2023, and I am so excited that you're here and part of this this process. This year, am adding bullet journaling to my channel. Don't worry, I'll still be doing all the other things that I do, but this is something that I need to do for me. And I thought, I've got a lot of friends that have asked how to do it. I have seen a definite need out there, and there's lots of channels that do bullet journaling, but this is something I need to do for me anyway to help me stay organized. And I thought I'd share my processes too. Haven't done this a lot. I've actually started I've started this journal twice in the past, and I'm going to share it a little bit with you guys today, just so you kind of see what I like to do and what works for me. Again, this is what works for me, and you'll have to adjust and adapt as you need to. So this is my 2021 journal. I really enjoyed this process. I was learning how to draw some different things. I was watching lots of videos, using my markers, and just really, this is where, after this process, I started doing more junk journaling, but I'm not actually journaling in those journals. I'm just creating them, and I need that to come together. So this is my way of kind of bringing that together, and honestly, two styles, because you'll see my journal here is much different than my junk journals and my crafting. It's a lot more clean. It's a lot more organized. It's more structured in a loose way. But I have rules as I'm doing this journaling, whereas in my art journaling or my junk journaling, I really don't. And I just kind of, that's intuitive, and this is more structured. So you'll definitely see a difference between one side of my brain and the other in this process. But you'll see some of the spreads that I really liked. I like Year at a Glance. I didn't really understand it before. Getting a little bit more of an understanding how I want to use this setup. I did have a key on here for different things. I used part of it, but I didn't use it to the fullest extent. And now I have a little bit better understanding how to use one of these. So I'm going to be setting this up. If you saw my other video, and I'll show you in a minute, I did set this up different for this year. And then I went straight into my monthlies. So there's a couple other things that I put into my new journal that will help me with some of the other things, like my yearly goals, etc. So I've got March. I really love these Dutch doors where you cut the page and turn that, and it just takes up just part of the page, and then you can actually see the calendar through here. This is really helpful to me. I know that this is here right now, but when I get into the other months, I don't have this visually on hand, so it makes it easier. So I set some monthly goals for March. This is when I started my journal, in this particular journal. And of course I decorated the back, added some goals for myself, had some sales goals that I had, and down here, so I was kind of tracking that. And then each week I set it up a little bit different. Well, I tried to do some different things, but I found that this layout really works well for me. I like to use a to-do list or notes. I'll switch back and forth just depending on what my needs are that week. But I can also go back in pages too. I always like to put something decorative in the middle. And then each day I put when I work, my schedule, different things that were important, like state taxes. I needed to take care of that. I had some ideas this day, so I wrote those down. Some things I needed to do, and then I checked them off when I was done. Appointments, things that were priorities, I was able to shake those out. I read the word glitter, and for some reason I said shake those out. So it's just, it's a lot of thought that goes into this. It was also something that I wanted to make sure that I was creating every day. So, here I know why I drew a cactus. My niece Jennifer had ordered some things, and she wanted them in a cactus theme. On these, I kind of put orders. I wrote it on washi tape so that you may not be able to see it so well, but it was something that drew my eye to that, and it worked out really well for me. Instead of just putting a color or something like that, the washi tape drew my eye, and I knew that was an order without even having to read it. But she wanted a cactus theme, so I drew a cactus that day. Over here, I got new tires, so I drew a tire. I actually made stickers for my glitter. I was going to have a glitter company. I kind of let go of that idea. If anybody needs glitter, please contact me. I think I have 1,000 pounds of glitter in 10-pound bags. Yes, I do. So here we go. So here's some notes that I made. So just setting it up like this, you know, in this month, I just did a flower theme, I believe, and I did different colors on each day just to keep it interesting. Had pizza that day. So I just wanted to draw. This was St. Patrick's Day, and we had tornado watches that day. So I kind of did a shamrock with a tornado. I mean, just really interesting things. These are the glitters that I ordered. Washi dispenser idea. Oh, there was somebody made a washi tape dispenser, and I really liked it. So I put that on there and drew the little washi tape. What's this one? Weed X. I sprayed the weeds outside. That was my yard work. I had asked myself to do some yard work every, you know, at least once a week for an hour. I went outside and sprayed the weeds. You know, to me that was a score because I didn't want to do it. Here we had another thunderstorm with tornadoes. You can kind of see, you know, what I'm doing here. Just different weeks, different colors, different, you know, different creativity. I'm just trying something new. And I really, really love how this looks. So everybody's going to have their own way. I know it's probably a bit messy for some, but it worked for me. These were my orders. This is just, you know, I was watercoloring. I love this one. Just some things. This also helped me document, you know, my journey. This is a washi tape idea I had for a dispenser, which is probably what that note was for. I was going to build it out of a palette, but I never actually did it because I found something that worked better, I thought, but then I didn't like it at all, so I took it all down. And then I love this page. I used gouache for the background, and then I used my Cricut and cut all these words out of vinyl and put them on there, which I love the way it looks. I didn't used to, which is funny because when I did it, I didn't like it, but I do now. April showers, so I marked all the days that it rained, which wasn't very many, honestly, for that April. I put April showers bring May flowers, so I just, you know, a theme, drew the rain boots and the umbrella, put the year or the month there. So you can see I just kind of just being creative, just having fun with it. And rain, go away. So this is enough rain, and this is rain, go away, but there wasn't much rain, so it wasn't a big deal. And then we've got, I love this page. It's just so much fun. I used some scrapbook paper in here, drew a big ducky. You get the idea. My kitty's sleeping. I had avocado toast that day, and it was really good, and here's the recipe. So just different things, you know, that was one of the things I wanted to do, try new recipes this week. So I was taking medication, so I kind of drew a syringe to remind myself I had to clean a house that day, so I did that. I may or may not have had watermelon that day. I might have just been drawing. I'm not sure. So I can't remember what this was about. I think it was a joke or something between me and the kids, that something about a frog on a unicycle. And so I made that up. Kind of dorky, but it was fun. So I had orders that month, and then here's my May spread. And then I think this is where my my papercraft journey began, because there's a papercraft or a paper bow. I didn't know how to make them. So that was it. I didn't know to fold those over, but that's okay because it looks like a flat bow. So that's where that started, and I did die cuts that day. So this is where my papercraft journey began. So you can see, you know, it's just what works for you, but this was so much fun to use all the colors, and I could sit down and just work, and it was just really fun. And then I stopped. I came back to it. We went on a trip. We went to California because I ate crawfish with my son. And I was gonna actually do this on my trip, and I didn't do it. and then I lost track, it looks like. And I had a giveaway, and I think I kept my notes in a different book. No buy July. Look at that. No buy July. Seems to be a theme in my life. Don't buy anything. You've got enough. Oh, here's a you know, and then I dropped off. So I need to pick this up. As you can see, it kept me busy, kept me creative, kept me, you know, inspired and focused. So it's important for me to do that in my life. I do have ADD, and which accounts for some of my mess and some of my dropping projects and picking up all the new ones. So I have a new journal for 2023 and a new goal and a new commitment. I also want to do this with you to help keep me accountable. So, you know, that'll help a lot. So those of you who are interested in bullet journaling, I will go ahead and set up a new playlist for this specifically so that you can go back and look at those as well. So if you watched my video the other day, I did this page, this setup, this year at a glance. And these calendars were from the Dollar Tree. And there were, it's interesting because it was a pad, and it was, there's 3 of each month on this pad. I don't know why, maybe because in case you get too many scribbles on there, I don't know. And the notepad, so that was kind of cool. So I use the notepad for something else, but I use the monthlies in here, the monthly pages, and that way I can kind of mark them, and you know, it's big enough also to do that. And then I put these down here so I can write notes. So say this is January and I know something's coming up in April. I'm going to come over here and write, because I obviously don't have April written out yet. I'll put notes in here. Hey, I've got a doctor's appointment such and such date, so that when I get to April, I can fill that out and put it in appropriately or where it belongs. So that's how I'm going to use those. Drew that tree through the middle, used my distress inks, and had fun stenciling there. Did the same thing on the next page. I've also got notes. I used my rubber stamps to put notes. I know you can't see it. I like it. I can see it in person, so I'm not worried about it. But I'll put notes here, just little blurbs, something I need to remember. I don't know what I'll use that for yet, but I'm sure it'll come in handy. And then I've got, of course, the lines under each month. Then I went to my yearly goals. This is a page I did not do online or on my video. What I'll do is I'll come in and probably write lines as I go. I don't know how much space I'll need, but it's kind of I wouldn't call this a brain dump, but at the same time, this is going to be some things that I want to focus on and really work towards. So that's what this page is going to be about. I also wanted to start, you know, new year, new chapter. So I used the rubber stamp that I made, and I put that on the first page. So that's going to be part of this journal, which is really cool. I'm really excited about that because I'll have all of my stamps in one book, in one place, so I can go back and look at them, because I won't be keeping the stamps. Over time, I'll be using them or giving them away, or hopefully putting them on my Etsy shop. So at least I'll have a record of them and when I made them. So I use this Dutch door and cut it, and then put a circle on here, and then the book on top, another piece of paper there, and then on this side. And since I do stamp Saturday, every Saturday I make a new one. So this time I'll put that here. And actually I was going to just put it here, but I think I'm going to have to make another circle and put it over so that I don't have this bump. So I'll probably be putting another circle over this to cover that, but that's perfectly fine. Now, because we're using a book theme, this for this month, and I still need to put the month across here, and I've got the little calendar down below, but I'm using book page for the numbers. So I just went and punched a bunch of those, so I'll have them as I go, and I can set them up. So every week is going to look a little bit different, just like that one, the other book did. And it's going to be about what inspires me that week, or what I need to put in there, or what have you. And the colors may change a little bit. I try to keep the same colors per month. Like, I know that this is the beginning of the year, and I kind of kept the same colors, but as you see, I started moving into brown, which will do that. And then I've got a little bit more brown on this page with the pink, and I'll probably start fading out that combination as I get into the new month, and then I'll start fading in that color scheme. So I really like to mix it up that way. I also like having this decoration or this design follow through onto this page back here. So once I do have my hours filled out here for work, I didn't want to put anything personal in yet because I wanted to share with you guys. I'm also doing a penny challenge if you guys want to join me with that. It's not a big challenge, but you know, we all have change laying around. So what I'm doing each week is this day I put away a penny, this day I put away 2 pennies, this day I put away 3 pennies. So by the end of the week, for the penny challenge for the first week is a whole 28 cents. I know that doesn't sound like much, but once you get into that, you know, that 52nd week, you're putting away bigger chunks. So one of the challenges that I'm doing. So you'll see me talk about that throughout the month. So I'm going to be putting the, that's actually going to be one of my yearly goals that I need to put in there is the penny challenge. So each month or each week, I'll put the totals down here. Also, one of the things my bank does is they round up every day. So, and put that in what they call sensible savings. So at the end of each week, I'm going to also put that number and put that into savings. So my total this week for savings is $19.74 because I already did it because I wanted to talk about it. So I know today's only, what is it? Today's Wednesday. So I've got a couple more days, but what I'll do is add these 3 days to next week and I won't touch my sensible savings. And then all of that money, so the $19.74 goes into my savings account at the end of that period. So that's going to be my way. And then I'm going to try really hard not to touch that money. It's there for emergencies and hopefully that's it. So I need to start being a little bit more accountable to that. So that's part of my no spend plan in this month and hopefully subsequent months because I need to really work on that and get through some other things. So and maybe that'll be my craft money. But no, actually my craft money, I handle that a different way. That goes through my cup sales on Etsy. That money goes into a separate account and that's my craft money. Anyway, so that's my first week I've got set up. So I've got to have to get started on my second week. I'm not going to do that yet today. I kind of just wanted to sit down with you guys and kind of tell you some of the things that I'm doing. A couple of things that, oh shoot, I left my notes in the other room. Later today, I'm going to do the drawing for the third drawing for my challenge, my Road to 1,000 challenge. So many people participated. I knew it was going to take a little effort to sit down and really concentrate and read through the comments again and write down everybody's name. So I want to make sure I don't miss anybody. I did miss a couple people for the VR. I do apologize for that to Christine and to BB. They also did VRs for me. Or shouted me out one way or the other, and one on Instagram, one on YouTube during one of her videos. So thank you for that. And thank you all again. So they will be receiving a small thank you package from me for that as well. And I was going to talk about hashtags and things I'm going to be participating in. I want to do more of those. I've got one I do myself is Watercolor Wednesday, which you'll see later today. I'll be posting that. I really try to participate in as many of those as I can. So I want to make a list. I know that I'm going to shout out Gail at Gail's is it Crafts and Coupons? I'm going to put her link below. She is doing something this year, and she's going to be looking for all the challenges and all those things that we can participate in. I want you guys to go ahead and go over there, subscribe to her if you're not already. She's awesome, and she's doing that to help us to be able to track those things easier. I think that's a fantastic idea. Fully support that. I can't wait. I'm going to be hitting her page a lot because I want to participate more and support you guys as much as you support me. And sometimes with my work schedule and such, because I do have a full-time job outside of the house, that it is a little bit difficult sometimes to catch some of those things. And it's not because I don't want to participate. I do. I really do. I want to support you just as you support me. But sometimes I miss those announcements. So I'm looking forward to Gail keeping us up to date on those, because that is super extremely helpful. So I want to send as many people to her as I can to help her with that and help and grow her channel even more, because that's a really, really important thing that she's doing, and she's taking the time to do it. So thank you, Gail, for that. Anyways, that's the gist of it. I don't want to keep you guys on here too long. I just kind of wanted to go over my book. I know that I only did part of it on the video, and I wanted you to see how it's coming along and kind of see where I'm going with it. I wanted to go live, but I had a few glitches in the system, and I'm hoping to maybe do that later, maybe today or maybe later this week. Somebody called out sick today. I'm not sure if they're going to call me in or not, so I'm just kind of hanging out waiting to see if that's going to happen. So I don't want to promise anything today, but I will be posting a video for watercoloring later today. So anyways, I hope you're all having a fantastic new year so far. I hope you're inspired. I hope you'll get a journal. It doesn't have to be a fancy journal. This is a dot grid journal. I actually bought this one I bought this one. I have this one too. Did I even start this one? I did start this one. Look, I started this one for 2022 and I didn't get very far. I thought I didn't, but I did. I started it. There's February, and then I stopped. So, my daughter had COVID. So I had started it, but I didn't finish it. I love these journals. These are from Archer and Olive. They're beautiful journals. The paper is fantastic, you guys. I highly recommend Archer and Olive books. I'm not sponsored in any way, shape, or form. It's just one I love. Somebody recommended it, and they're beautiful journals. They're well done. But I recommend just, there's different sizes. Obviously this one's square. The bigger to me, the bigger the better. I think that's where I lost interest on this one. It was just so small. So you can see I've got different sizes here. So they come in all different sizes, shapes, and designs. And they're beautiful journals if you can snag one. Or, you know what? Just use a lined paper. It doesn't matter. Just do what you can handle, or do what works for you. I'm sure you might have a tablet at home and want to use that. Go for it. Go for it. Anything that you can do to be more organized and help you out. So anyways, I hope you'll be inspired to kind of do your own thing and follow along with this journey, just as you have all my others. You guys are amazing, and I really, really do appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you all for your love and your comments. I hope you have a great day. We will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.